Blair sat curled on the couch, reading the same paragraph of her pulpy romance over and over for the last 15 minutes. Her hair hung loosely around her shoulders, and she found herself fidgeting with the long strands that draped in her face. She hadn't been able to concentrate on the words staring at her from her electronic device. Instead, her mind drifted into a rehearsal of the speech she planned on sharing with Jackson. "Well, crazy story this. I met a guy in Colorado who convinced me I was special, and over the next 11 months he took me to amazing places, and then, funny thing, I ended up being in his cartel in Venezuela." She thumbed to her mobile phone chat window and typed out a quick text. "I need to tell you something when you get home, 'kay? Just a quick share, XOXO. Then she pitched the phone next to her on the sofa. Whiffs of her quick and easy supper of noodles and tomato sauce wafted up from the bowl next to her on the side table. She'd mostly just picked at it, leaving the fork laying in the bowl with a few fat noodles stabbed onto the prongs. Long shadows draped over the furniture, created by the lone lamp next to her. Her colorful blue, green, and gold wool wrap coiled around her legs, keeping the evening chill at bay. When Jackson's truck tires crunched along the driveway, her head jerked up from her table. More tires crunched the driveway. She glanced out the window to see Jackson emerge from the passenger side of his truck. Then the guy she'd seen with Jackson earlier got out of the driver's side and rounded the front of the vehicle to bid farewell with a handshake and a clap on the shoulder. He made his way toward a four-door sedan, got in the passenger side, and drove off. The dogs lurched from their beds and trotted to the front door, tails wagging. "Uh-oh," she muttered. "Can I really do this?" She reached over and grabbed her glass of wine, which rested next to her bowl of unfinished noodles. Lifting it to her lips, she took a sip. Then she set the glass back on the side table, rose, and sauntered to the front door. She opened it, and the dogs wriggled outside to greet Jackson. "Hey, girls," he said, walking unsteadily from his truck. "Who are my pretty, pretty girls, huh? Who are my pretty girls?" A goofy sort of grin spread across his face as he scratched the dogs' muzzles. He lifted his head, and his gaze met hers. She'd dressed in skinny jeans and a tight pink long-sleeve shirt that showed off her curves. She lifted her hand in greeting. "Whoa, hey to you too, girl," Jackson said, his grin turning from goofy to wicked. "Hey, Jackson. Looks like you had a good time with your friends," she smiled, leaning against the door jamb. I did. He made his uneven way across the gravel and grass. "Logan declared himself designated driver, so he drove me home. His girlfriend followed us over here to drive him back to his truck," he chuckled. "It's complicated," he added with a swish of his hand. "And now I hope to get lucky with my woman. And we can wait on the Sharegate bomb you texted me earlier. Do we have to?" he said, adding a dog-like whine. "Dispatch from Rescue 43, Jackson said into the radio after pulling it from his pocket. "Rescue 43, go ahead," the female said. "We're on scene at Woods Road," he said. Dispatch repeated back what she'd heard. Then he said, "Initiating command and investigating." He turned to Griffin and said, "Get a TIC. I've got some cutters in my pocket for the valves, and I'll grab a fire extinguisher." As he and Griffin made their way down the steep incline, both the engine and the medic rig lumbered up the hill. Both vehicles parked. Within minutes, the area was flooded with light. Jackson swept his flashlight beam down the hill. Ahead lay a mangled four-door sedan. The nose of the vehicle was wedged up a Douglas fir. The hood of the car now sported a V where the tree collided with the vehicle. The windshield had been shattered. The driver's side door had been crushed. This one, he knew, was going to be bad. His job was to bear witness and provide next steps to help the victims find their way out of the tragedy that had ensnared them. Hoping it was Blair, Jackson picked it up from the middle console. He groaned at the caller ID. "Jake. Not now." He tapped the connect icon. "What?" he snapped into his phone. "Hey, bro," Jake said. And I said, "What?" Jackson had no patience for his brother today. "What you doing?" "Heading home after work." He turned the corner to his street. "What do you want?" I've got a situation I need some help with." "Is this the thing that involves jail time and you needing me to bail you out?" Jackson's jaw solidified. "Oh, that." "Yes, that. Is it or is it not?" Jackson cranked the steering wheel to the left and eased into his driveway. Jake hesitated. "I'm not at liberty to say."